Yay! Hello everyone.
Hello.
How's your week going so far?
So far, so good.
I can't believe it's only Tuesday. It felt a lot more like Thursday today.
Yes.
Hi, Victoria. Welcome. So, let's start off with a question. What is your favorite fall detail at the Disney parks? So, like food or decor, parades, you name it.
Okay, I gotta think of this for a minute.
Hi, Brittany. Hi,
Hey, Brittany.
Amula. Is that correct? Let me know if I said that right. So the question tonight is, what is your favorite fall detail at the parks? Pauline, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Britt over at Wildlife. The pumpkins. I can't. So I've never been to Disneyland, but I feel like it probably would be like the Mickey pumpkin in Disneyland. So
Yes, I love it. Luke, what's your favorite?
Well, that was definitely my go-to, but in an effort to not say the same thing, and I know it's a little past its prime at this point, but all of the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I mean, I just can't with all the fun NBC merch.
Yeah, your park definitely has the best NBC everything going on.
Yeah, and I guess also this kind of rolls over into Christmas with the Nightmare Before Christmas overlays, obviously. Chef's kiss.
Yes. I know. We're all in Christmas mode now anyway.
I
feel
know.
like we could have started Christmas movies probably 2 weeks early, but
in October I would have I'm
Christmas came early this year, like and on all fronts.
right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready for Christmas every year, November 1, but
Yep. I know. I can't believe it took me. I just this weekend decorated my Christmas tree. Like I put the tree up, but it took me 2 weeks to like get everything on it. I was just really behind this year. Do you have your tree up yet, Luke?
No, I don't. I actually have never had a tree at my apartment because I live in an apartment. So I'm like, but this year I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I want to do something. Maybe it's just a little small one.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
I've been doing a lot of like wall trees. You could totally do that if you wanted to.
I have some space. Yeah. Try to revamp things over here. Maybe I'll throw one up over here or something. We'll see what happens.
Put some lights on your snake plant back there. That would work.
I have a palm over there. Maybe I'll just move it over here and put some like firefly type lights and call it a California Christmas.
I like it. Brittany's all about that Dollar Tree.
Ooh, good tip. Yeah, good tip.
We're all about Target too, for sure. Yes, for sure. And you live in Phoenix, I think, right? So let me know if you guys do palm trees or Christmas trees. Amaula. Okay, cool. So people might trickle in a bit, but we can go ahead and do our introductions. Hello, I am Mary. My channel is Jolly Holiday with Mary, and I do weekly vlogs with my 2 Boston Terriers and my husband, and lots of Disney stuff, hauls and pins and vlogging and all that good stuff. So, and my co-host is Pauline from Mouse and Mermaid. Do you want to give your intro?
I'm just staring at your friend back there, Mary, sniffing your toy.
Oh, hi. She's so creepy, just creeping in here. That's
just
not
getting
for you,
Moana
babe.
or Pocahontas, I can't tell.
Yeah. She likes that window because she can watch the squirrels over there.
Anyways, hi everyone. I'm Pauline from Mouse and Mermaid. My husband and I do trips to Disney World and we vlog them. We also do weekly vlogs, and then I typically get in front of the camera to talk about pins or basically anything Disney.
Yes. And our special guest tonight, Luke. Welcome.
Hi. Howdy, friends. My name is Luke Antunes, and I do lots of pins, unboxings, reviews, couple vlogs. Hopefully, now that Downtown Disney's expanding, maybe I'll do a couple more. But yeah, glad to be here.
Oh, welcome. Do we have any news about DCA opening yet?
Buena Vista Street is open. I'm actually probably gonna go on Saturday, depending if I can make it up there. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go on Saturday if the stars align.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
And they have the back lot open, which is like another part of DCA that I still haven't been to yet either. So I haven't been in a little bit. So yeah, we'll see. Bring you all along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
Yay. All right, so today we're talking about Brother Bear. Super excited. Let's see. So do we have notebooks to show off? I don't. Mine is looking really bland.
I'm 2020 over here.
Nice. See, Pauline, you got all the stickers. Good for you.
No Brother Bear stickers, but like Care Bears. That counts, right?
Yeah, of course.
I remembered that I, for some reason, collected a bunch of like McDonald's things.
Ooh.
So that
cool.
They have like,
Interesting.
you can make him into a wolf or whatever. So I have one for everybody.
I'm a wolf.
Yeah, Denahi is the wolf, I believe.
Oh,
and
yes.
then Sitka is
That
the
makes
eagle.
sense.
I've got the little
wolves are wise, so that's interesting.
That's what they say.
I didn't know that bears were exceptionally loving, but hey, we learned new things about Brother Bear.
Right?
I feel like that's closer than a wolf being wise, though.
I don't know. I could see it. Okay, so let's do our first impressions. Let's start off with a question. So I actually have a screenshot to share with you guys if I can figure out how to do this. For tonight's question. Yay, there we go. Hopefully that looks okay. Not super great quality because I just took it off the internet, but comment in the comment section which one you are. I happen to be a wolf, so perhaps I am wise. Pauline, what are you?
I am a beaver. Apparently, the only thing I want to take away from that is that I'm a hard worker. I'm building all day. I don't know.
That's probably true.
You're a master woodworker?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
On the sly? I am a falcon. So look at that. We're all in that same kind of green pie over there. Green team. Oh, wait, I'm on the eye line. Sorry, I guess wolf is blue.
I'm close though.
Same wedge. Yeah, same area.
We are in a wedge. I like that.
Yeah. I love it. This was so fun. I was really obsessed with this movie for a minute. But I mean, any Native American Disney movie I'm going to be obsessed with. So yeah, I was very excited to be a wolf. So comment in the comment section. Let us know what you guys are. Ooh, Brittany is a raven.
I feel like that's perfect spooky Halloween vibe.
It is kind of. And her girlfriend Liz is a snake. I like it. We have a woodpecker.
I missed that one on the chart.
Oh, that's funny. Liz is a Ravenclaw and she's a Slytherin.
That is funny.
Well, that worked out nicely.
Of course she's a Slytherin. That's so suited. Just so on brand, that one.
Yeah, really brand.
Hello, theme park vet. Welcome. All right. So first impressions of the movie. Luke, would you like to go first?
Yeah. First impressions, like right out of the gate, or like a general sum up.
Like a general overview of your feelings.
So I would say, in short, it gave me Brave meets Lion King vibes. If those two movies had a love child, it would be Brother Bear, in my short answer opinion. I can elaborate as we dive in.
Yeah, I could see that. Pauline, what are your thoughts?
Okay, couple things. I liked it more than I expected. And so this kind of had me wondering, like, why doesn't it stand out more in like the Disney world? So I don't know. I've been really into researching these movies now, aka looking at like just facts on IMDb. So come to find out, this movie came out the weekend before Elf. which I think is interesting because I feel like
Interesting.
Elf is like really iconic and maybe just kind of like took over the, screen time, if you will, for this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also found out that this came out like at the end of the Eisner era, like right before Iger took over. And it was actually one of the last movies that they animated in Walt Disney World. There was, I think they animated Mulan there, something else, and this was the last one. And they closed the place where the animation studio, and they fired all of the people in June, but the movie came out in or something like that. I feel like this movie might have just had some bad juju, like maybe surrounding it. I don't know. I feel like it just doesn't shine. Like you don't hear about it as much.
Yeah, not so much at all, really. Let's see. We got Pumpkin Queens. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it maybe fell in like a weird time frame. Like it was right after all the really good movies like Pocahontas and that, what do they call that, Renaissance era? Is that right? The Renaissance era movies? Can't remember, but in any case, all the like really awesome movies. And then it just sort of, that's kind of when I stopped like obsessing over Disney movies too, like watching them like crazy. I don't know. Something weird must have happened then. Y2K probably.
Well, I was going to mention this later, but there are also like no major female characters in this movie. Like Grandma is like the only one. And I think that, I mean, if you think about most Disney movies, there's like males and females in them, or mostly females. And I think, those are the ones that do the best. So this not having any kind of is like,
that's true too.
Not great for the movie.
Yeah.
Good point.
Agreed, Phil.
Phil's mad I don't have that bag.
You could get it with box lunch money now.
It's not on there. I actually looked today.
Well, you probably have to go into the store and find out.
Oh, okay.
But side note. Okay. So let's talk about the story, and we can start off with a question. Are you like in your family? Are you more like Sitka, like the older guy, the eagle? Are you more like Denahi, the wolf, or are you more like Kenai? His name makes me want to say it totally different the way that he spells it, but it's Kenai, the bear in your family. Go, Luke.
I guess just off the cuff, Kenai, if I had to, I guess. Yeah. Not wise.
Were you a troublemaker?
I'm the youngest, if that says anything, so.
Pauline, what are you?
I certainly want to be the oldest. I think I have some of the tendencies of the other two. I want everyone else to think I'm the oldest. I am the oldest, but
Okay.
I'm not going to be as like calm and rational as him.
Okay, so maybe Denahi for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm a Sitka. I'm not like wild at all. I'm very by the book kind of gal. So people in the chat, let us know if you're more of a wild child or somewhere in the middle or super straightforward. All right. So what are our thoughts about the story? Pauline, would you like to go?
So just kind of like looking overall at like the storyline and how it flowed, I feel like I wasn't really pulled into the story until Coda started telling the story of like what happened to his mother. Like then I was like, oh, something interesting's happening. Like I'm pulled in, and I kind of was like pulled in for the rest of the movie, which I think is a different experience, generally speaking, that I have than like I think of like Frozen, and I'm like really pulled in initially, and then like when I'm getting to like the middle and like towards the end, I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of want this to move along and wrap up. So I don't know. I I wasn't initially pulled in like I normally am. It took a long time to get there.
Yeah. I could see that for sure. Luke, what are your thoughts?
Similar. Initially, I wasn't pulled in as strongly as I thought. I did like some of the mods, like the scene where they're in the cave and they're doing kind of like the ritual in the beginning. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
The one I read between the lines very quickly. The second, and I don't want to like jump too far ahead, but the second that Coda showed up, I knew exactly what was going on. So at that point, like, well, yes, that was the one draw factor because and typically I'm not like a movie figure outer or anything. Like I'm not good at that typically, but it just it just hit me and I was like, now I know the ads a little bit. But there were some loops at the end that, that threw me for a loop. So we can save that a little bit, but is it spoilers? Do we need to like mention hashtag spoilers or anything?
No.
This has been out since 2003, so if people haven't seen it,
yeah. Okay.
I thought that just watching it the whole time, I was thinking this is Colors of the Wind in a feature-length film. Like they're basically teaching you everything that Pocahontas taught you in a 2-minute song in an 1.5-hour movie. Like walk in somebody else's footsteps, and every tree and creature has a name and a whatever, and yeah, the whole movie was just Colors of the Wind basically, but without Pocahontas, in my opinion.
I did think the overall message was good and strong. I just found the action or the kind of core of it a little lackluster for me.
Yeah.
I wish there was a couple more hooks. Nothing really was hooking me in, but I did like the message they had to share.
Yeah, it was kind of a lot of the same stuff. Like something bad happens, we're gonna go kill this thing, and then something bad happens, we're gonna go kill this thing, and then there's like a little bit of story in the middle of like Kenai learning a lesson. So.
Also, the Sitka dying piece, like the second he was like too nice for a Disney character. I feel like, or I don't know how to put that. It sounds weird, but he was like too warm and nice. I was like, they're gonna kill him off in like a half a second. So I wasn't shocked by that part either. Like I said, I normally cannot. I don't foresee movies. Like my mom's so good at that stuff. I am not, but for some reason I was just like on point. It's like pick up the pieces.
Part of me was like, is he really dead? But then I knew it was like you saw his like spirit and stuff. And I wonder like, would that have like maybe added another twist at the end to make it a little more exciting? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wanted a happy twist at the end. I didn't get it.
Now that we approached the end a little bit, I was completely taken aback by the fact he stays a bear. I was not expecting that. Yeah. That is so not in Disney fashion either,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, there's the hook I needed an hour and a half ago. Right.
And Shrek came out like 3 years before, so I feel like maybe they saw it and were like, okay, we're changing the end of this movie.
Yeah, that was interesting. Let's see what our friends in the chat have to say. You're a Denahi, Brittany. I like it. Oh, yay. Brother Bear is one of Heidi's favorites. Hi, it's always sunny. Welcome, welcome.
Yes. Sorry, Heidi. I wasn't as enthralled. I know it's one of your faves. I was like cringing a little bit, so I was like, oh, to review this. I hope Heidi's not there.
There's more Brother Bear for Heidi then. It's fine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I guess we can move on to the stars if that's all we have for story. So a question to start off this subject. If you had a chance to ask any character a question, what would it be and who would you ask? Let's see. Pauline, would you like to go?
Wow. I can't say his name. But how did he just like came out and told Coda, like, I killed your mom.
Oh yeah, that was like, awful. I was like, don't tell him.
Lead up to that. It was just very quick. Yeah. I was like, I would harbor that and like mull over it forever. Like, that was intense.
Well, they did try to like hide it in that weird whirlwind montage they had going on, where it was like silent talking and floating heads, and it's
90s,
like, "And I killed your mom."
Yeah, that was hardcore.
Yeah.
So that's what I would ask. Like, can you be my life coach and like get me to do things quicker?
How do you have hard conversations about
Exactly.
really awful things that you did?
The worst thing you could tell someone.
Yeah, how do you do that?
He's a trained like ER surgeon. He's just like, "Oh, I'm not coming back."
I like it. Yeah. Luke, do you have a question to ask someone in this movie?
I would say, and I don't know her name, the one female character, the old lady, who also kind of gave me Moana grandma vibes a little bit, just a smidge, but not as kind of out there. I just want to ask her, like, what's your deal? I want to know more about her. I wish they dove in a little deeper. I wish they explored her a little bit more like they do Moana's grandma in Moana. I want to hear that backstory a little bit. I think she's kind of rad, and she like goes out and carves these little things, I'm assuming. What's your deal? That's what I would ask her.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Disney Plus needs to do like a grandma's shorts with all the cool grandmas. Just saying.
Right. In Virginia, so that Grandmother Willow can be there.
Right. But like I think like different like little stories. Like I want to watch all their little stories.
Oh yeah. That would be
it's
awesome.
like in the second Wreck-It Ralph when all the princesses are like kicking it, kind of same idea, but grandma style.
Yes.
Like petting Mother Willows.
Oh, that's funny. I want to ask the Moose guys if I can just hang out with them for a week, because
yes, they were
can you
fun.
guys just take me around whatever you're doing? I just want to hang out with you. They were hilarious.
I don't. Maybe we could ask some of our Canadian friends, but I thought it was like borderline, like a little too stereotypical. You know, like borderline pushing some boundaries that probably wouldn't fly in 2020, right? Like I don't know, maybe not.
Don't take a drink every time they say A, because you will not make it through the movie.
Oh yeah, no, you would be dead.
Maybe Canadians are less uptight, so they're just like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. But
maybe they liked it.
Reddit and Heidi, you let us know.
Right. Was it too much or just right?
But on that note, like this was in Alaska, so is it appropriate for them to be like Canadian? I don't know.
I did not realize it was in Alaska. That part I did not realize, so that makes sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that I knew that either, but sounds good to me.
The only reason I know is because
That's okay with stereotypes.
That's because their stereotypes is like all Canadians are nice.
I know, right? They just say A lot. And they're like, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Yep. I don't hear it that much in your videos. Like I'm always listening for like.
That's what they cut out. We're cutting out the ants and lights.
They're cutting out the A's. They're like, God, too Canadian.
That's good to hear. Oh my goodness. Pumpkin Queens has not seen this movie.
Yes, well, you're going to get some spoilers, but hopefully you'll still watch it.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming anyway to support us. I appreciate it. All right. So the stars. What are your thoughts about the stars, Luke?
Old lady. Still name unknown. Definitely my favorite.
It had Nana in it, I think. There was something at the beginning of it, and then Nana, because Keena called her that at some point, or Nana, or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I really struggle with their names for the first 30 minutes. I was like, I don't know anyone's name. I'm supposed to be taking notes, and I don't know anyone's name. And thankfully, Sitka, they said again, and I was like, oh, thank God. I'm like, I don't know who the heck's that guy.
Okay, Luke, I know no one's name still.
I don't want to butcher it. Who's the youngest, the main character? It starts with an N. Kenai. It did not start with an N. Okay, perfect. Clearly. I thought he was a little bit, he kind of gave me, like, back to the Lion King vibes a little bit. He kind of gave me Simba, cocky, young, and I do what I want vibes, and like my spirit person's gonna like watch out for me. So I was a little slightly turned off by him, but I guess that's the point of the story, right? It's kind of a jerk.
Right.
And the mammoths, I was not expecting mammoths. So when they showed up, I'm like, this seems out of place, but I don't know. I'm not a historian. So.
Right. Timeline.
It certainly is out of place.
Yeah, and I think the last one was I thought it was interesting / odd that when they first showed the mother bear, she has those dead black eyes, but when he turns into said bear, all of a sudden he's got these eyes full of life, and at the end when she comes back, her eyes have life in them with like the whites, So it's like that's weird. They like dehumanize her by making her look like this dead bear, mean, and then later, but now she's like because she's Owen's mom, she has value. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
It could have been
all
perfect.
the bears at the salmon run also had like Kenai eyes, the regular eyes. They weren't
correct
eyes.
So I think it was intentional to do, I guess, demonize, for lack of better words, or vilify that character potentially. But I just thought it was interesting. It just stuck out to me because also you never see really Disney characters with those dead kind of eyes ever. So it was just like that's odd. But
only Funko Pops.
yeah, Funko Pop eyes.
Yeah, not a big fan.
Yeah. And I did think Setko was rad. He was like, because he was so nice, I was like, man, his days are numbered. But I really liked him. He's chill.
That's funny. Yeah, they want you to be on Kenai's side, I think, at the beginning.
Yeah,
and then
that's what I assumed.
Get to learn as you go along. Pauline, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna butcher his name, but Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Phoenix.
Wow. Okay. Is he in everything? Like,
yes, he is.
I mean, he is probably the most diverse acting portfolio I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's right.
So, like, I'm so confused. Is the A thing also prevalent in Alaska? Because this is in Alaska, and I thought it was in Canada until I looked at IMDb, and every like character with the names that we cannot say are named after places in Alaska or like peninsula or river, things like that.
I mean, realistically, at the time this was filmed, it was Right. There was no Alaska versus Canada. It's the same area, right? And then they also had that. I think he was supposed to be Russian. There was a character that I think was supposed to be Russian, who was assuming crossed the Bering Strait. So I was like, oh, okay, I see what they did there. But I feel like that went over a lot of people's heads. It did for mine for a second, and then I pieced it together.
Yes, that is so true.
Know. I can't even think of what that was.
It was like a blip. It was literally a blip. Like it was like one random kind of character.
The bear with a really weird face.
The what?
The bear with the like. I mean, the Russian character face.
Is that what I was so confused by that bear. I was like, what is up with you?
Now it makes sense, Luke. Thank you.
I mean, that's what my brain eventually pieced together. So I'm like, okay.
Correct. I think that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. I just thought it was.
It's a pretty niche joke, though, like a Bering Strait joke. I mean, that doesn't land very often.
Right. No.
All right. Another fun thing I saw, and this kind of like just like goes down the rabbit hole of like opportunities I see. But apparently they were going to do a series with, is it Rut and Took, the caribou, or what are they? Are they caribou?
I think they're moose.
Moose. Okay. Yeah, but they scrapped it. But I wonder if like this movie came out today, would they do that and it be on Disney Plus? That would be
cool. They could still make that happen.
They could.
I'd be into that.
That's all I have.
Thanks for clearing up the A a little bit. Don't know about A in Alaska, but we just imagine the moose are just in Alaska, like walking through.
Walking around.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I knew who Joaquin Phoenix was when I watched this the first time, like 2005 or 6 or something. But now I was like, oh my God, that's Joaquin Phoenix. Like, he is literally in everything. He's all over the board. And he must have been so young then, too.
I didn't know he was in the movie until you mentioned it right now.
I only know because I Googled.
I wish I had looked up the other people. Are there other famous people in there?
Not that I recognize, but I am not the person to know famous people. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked they had a lot of like fun supporting cast in this movie, like memorable supporting cast, like the Moose people and like the brothers and the old lady. And yeah, I always go back to Monsters University where there's like a lack of caring about the extra people and then actually caring about the extra people. I liked that a lot. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I was definitely turned off also by Kenai's like immaturity, I guess. Like, but both he and the middle brother were super annoying. Like, I really needed Sitka to not die because those two are driving me crazy the whole time. Yeah, I also thought Sitka's death was kind of random. Like,
Yes.
did he have to do that?
No.
Like, use the spear. I mean, if like he could have just thrown the spear, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it all could have been avoided if Kenai hadn't been an idiot, but like,
Yes, very true.
but I felt that was a little melodramatic.
Right.
I'm going to die. It was awful. Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't know. It was good. I liked the character arcs. I feel very strongly, obviously, Pocahontas about the whole nature thing. So like, yeah, it just really spoke to me with the whole, like, you blame nature for things, but a lot of times you're behind it, like demonizing animals and stuff. Like, animals don't have like an evil streak or something. Like, wolves aren't evil. If they kill like your cattle or something, it's because they're hungry. Like, there's always like a purpose behind the actions of an animal. And so yeah, I thought that was like, I was so mad when he was going to try and kill this bear. I was just like, what are you doing? Like, you had food, she ate the food, and now you're mad and like throwing stones and stuff. Like, he's just, every single thing he did, I was mad about. Not a big fan of Kenai. And it's just like such a typical human thing to be like, you know, I'm mad at you, but really, who started this fight?
Should have tied the fish up. Should have been a little lazy jerk.
I know. Super annoying in my opinion, but he did come around, so I guess it's okay. All right, let's move on to the score. Let's see. Our question, what was your favorite song? We had some Tina Turner in there. We had Phil Collins. Coda's song was really fun. What was your favorite? Luke.
So my favorite was, I didn't realize a lot of it was done by Phil Collins until obviously later in the movie, but the Phil Collins travel montage by far was my favorite. That was just, yeah. I don't know. I didn't look into when it was released, the movie was released, but it gave me those like 90s Disney vibes a little bit, but I know it's a little bit later, but yeah, I was into that travel montage for sure.
Right. Yeah. Very Tarzan a little. I don't know when Tarzan came out either, but definitely had those vibes.
Similar area, a similar time zone, I think, or not time zone, but
timeline.
Probably, yeah, timeline.
I think Tarzan was like 97 maybe.
Oh, was it? Okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
What was your favorite song, Pauline?
It's probably the same that Luke picked. I'll tell you, I wasn't enamored with the music, so
yeah, same.
It was a little.
I don't know that any was my favorite, you know.
Yeah,
Tarzan, Phil Collins hits a little different.
Yeah,
yeah. This was like his second, and it's like, I think you used all your good stuff on Tarzan. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just, it didn't really fit in the movie. It felt like they felt kind of forced. Like, we need a song here because they're traveling or whatever. Like, that one I think is the most like integrated into the movie, but the other ones were just kind of like, okay, I guess we needed music here or something.
Yeah, and I'm sad because like Tina Turner is amazing, and I just thought her song was like okay, like I just feel like it was all kind of missed opportunity, if you will.
Right.
Mhm.
Kind of random to have her do the song too. Like, where did she come from? Why is she in this movie?
Yeah, I think they were trying to like have a Lion King moment with her singing, like, but it didn't go there at all.
Mhm.
Plus, I think what's so powerful about that song in The Lion King is it is the first thing you hear. Like, that's the first part of the movie, whereas the first song comes a little bit further in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Golly, Megan.
I mean,
Yeah.
Megan, if you're gonna watch this or Tarzan, watch Tarzan.
They're
Sorry,
both
Annie.
gonna make you cry probably, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Tarzan like storyline either, but the music is really good.
The music is, yeah.
The music saves the movie, whereas like this is like
Yes.
the music is like this. Music could have saved this movie, and if the music was good, it might have been better than Tarzan. But
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like there's a way that this movie could have been at least like up there at the Tarzan level.
yeah,
Yeah, I thought the music was really pretty. I think the Phil Collins song was my favorite too, but I think if I listened to it, it would probably make me sad just because I know that this movie is a little bit sad for me. So I can't listen to it. Just like that freaking Tarzan song. They play it when they're doing like the castle projections and stuff. Every single time, bawling my eyes out. Just
little like Dory gets hugged by her parents. My heart every time.
My heart.
Lucy, you need to witness this.
Speaking of sadness, so this is something I meant to mention kind of earlier. It's weird because, for instance, Frozen, I don't know which one it was, but one of the Frozens where the parents die and you get sad right out of the gate. Or like a lot of Disney movies, typically they do a good job at making you sad immediately in the beginning. The parent dies off, you're sad. For some reason, I don't know if maybe I just didn't feel the connection to Sitka at that time. I got more sad at the end when he is like with Coda than I just didn't feel that in the beginning, where a lot of Disney movies, I feel that right out of the gate. So that was, once again, a little bit of a missed opportunity. Maybe they just needed to develop his character like a touch more for you to kind of get hooked into him before they kind of chop him off. But that was another like a little bit of a missed opportunity for me. Usually with Disney, I'm like sobbing, but I was not in this movie.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that too, because what I said about the storyline of like not being initially pulled in, maybe I needed to cry to like be pulled in.
Yeah.
So
good Disney tears.
Yeah.
Right. Ugh. Yeah, they'll get me every time. All right, let's talk about the scenery, the beautiful scenery in this movie. Holy cow.
Yes.
So our question is, what was your like the best part of the scenery? Like the animation obviously was phenomenal, but like in the animation, did you have like a favorite part? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Weird question. Okay.
Yes.
Luke, would you like to go first?
Sure. There was there was one scene where it was the two moose and there was like some fall leaf colors in the background. I think it was, I don't remember when exactly it was happening, but they were all in the woods. They were kind of, I mean, I guess they're all animals. They're kind of always in the woods, but there was one specific time when they were, I think it was maybe when the moose first meets the bears. It was like this really pretty scenery that I just thought was really nice.
Oh yeah. The fall leaves.
The fall colors I really liked.
For sure. Pauline?
So first off, I just want to mention, fun fact, what is his name? Eisner. I can't remember his first name.
Michael.
Geez. Michael Eisner had this artist he loved, and he like gave a bunch of his prints to the animators and was like, they used this artist's style as the kind of like background landscape style for the film. So I don't know, it kind of like really shows through as like beautiful paintings. Not that, I mean, every Disney movie is just like beautiful for the most part. But I love this scene. I also love just like in general, I thought they did a really good job with like lighting the scenes, like just like the way it Yeah, lighting. But I love the scene where tragically Coda's being told about how his mother dies, and it's like these beautiful like purples almost like over the water. That was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really pretty. Heartbreaking and pretty.
Yeah,
I know. Like meanwhile, it's like tragedy bomb.
right.
Yeah.
If I could see through the tears, I'm sure it was beautiful. Yes, I loved the Northern Lights. I thought that they were really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole mountain thing, that was awesome. Mountain and the lights and the sky, it was good stuff.
One thing I will say about the animation, since we were talking about it, you can tell that it was definitely like early generation of Disney computer animation. So some of the background elements, like there was a scene where there was, I think, deer kind of running. It was definitely gave me like that. Do you remember on the like Roly Poly Oly on the Disney Channel? It was like a kids show. It gave me like Roly Poly Oly computer animation era type situation a little bit.
Oh, God.
I was like, this is definitely like an early generation. I mean, it looks good, and I'm at the time. It's just I was thinking back. Like, at the time, I'm sure all of us were like, "Oh my God, this is beautiful." And now I'm like,
Yeah, it could be a little better.
But granted, it's also how old, you know? So I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah, if
It's just
Pixar
something I
redid it, Pixar would make it like
Yeah.
insanely good.
Right.
But yeah, overall, I really liked it. Do you have any other thoughts about scenery, Pauline?
Yes. So this also kind of goes with the story. I love the visual detail of like the eagle coming through out the, like you see, it's like the hidden Mickey of the film, if you will. I think that's really meaningful because obviously this movie talks a lot about like coping with death. I think if you, and I know I do and others do have like sort of like these signs, whether it be like an animal or like something happens that they like hold onto as like connection to those who have gone. And I thought that was really special that they wove that through the film. Also, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it went from like not widescreen to widescreen.
I did. And yes, I forgot to write that down, but yes, I did
was like, what? And when the movie started, I was like, is my TV messed up? Like, what is going on? And then I was just like, whatever, I don't have time to deal with this. And then all of a sudden we're on widescreen. I was like, what is happening? So it was an aesthetic decision of the director, I guess. Like when he turned into a bear, it went widescreen. So maybe that was
bring it back later.
I gotta watch, but maybe it was like a message of like his eyes are being opened wider or something like that.
Maybe.
Right.
Glad you brought that up. I forgot about that. Yes, I did write that down. I totally forgot.
I noticed at the beginning that it was like I was watching on my phone and I was like, why is it so tiny in there? But I didn't notice that it went widescreen at some point. I don't know how I'm
so into it.
Yeah. Well, there were a lot of parts where I was like, no, don't do
that part when you were hiding is like right around when it changed.
Yeah, that's
the mother passed.
Yeah, I know. I really wanted him to like morph back into the mother and himself at the end, and that didn't happen. They just went for the ripping out your heart, bringing the mother back for a second so Coda can say goodbye, and then off she goes. No problem.
I did hope. I thought they were gonna restore her too. I was like, yeah, she's gonna come back, and nope.
Rude.
I know.
Yeah, that made me really
think it's so important that she didn't, though. I mean,
yeah, just needed that happy. I am glad that he at least stayed a bear. Like, that would be my second choice.
But it's like it's a happy ending, but not this like outlandish Disney happy ending.
Right.
That's not real.
A little bit of reality, like
I mean,
your mother dies.
You don't turn into a bear, but
right. Your brother may not turn into a bear, but your mom was definitely not coming back from the dead. So
I was definitely not expecting that at the end. I was like, for sure, like every Disney movie. So I was like, oh, and then they live happily ever after. Which I mean, granted, it still ended on a happy note. I think that was probably the happier of the notes.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting him to stay a bear at all. So I was like, ooh.
Then it was like super awkward when now they were like a part of the tribe. Like he's like walking down the aisle for the ceremony. I was like, no, like they need to go like live else like in the forest.
I did. So here's the thing. I actually did kind of like that part because to me, at least, maybe I don't know why, but for me, that was like a show of inclusion, which I think is obviously important. So like that's what I meant earlier when like the message to me was good and strong, and I think even more about just nature. It goes into like not necessarily like equality, but just seeing things through different lenses and understanding that you may think someone is evil or that's how maybe what you were taught, but really people are just different or things are just different. And you need to see them from a different angle. So like, I thought that message was really good and relevant for, for our society currently. But I feel like it gets lost because the movie isn't as engaging as some others, and I found myself trying to figure out what elements could be added in that would make it more of a hit for me. And I just couldn't really fully formulate.
More females.
Yeah. I did. Yeah. My favorite character was the lady, the old lady. So.
Yeah, it is very bizarre that they had mostly all male people.
I can't think of like Toy Story kind of, but there are other female characters like in it. And as more movies come on, there's more, but
right. Yeah, but somehow it still worked with just Buzz and Woody. I mean, they had Bo Peep, so she was like in there, in and out, but
yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. Somehow it worked.
I think the movies though that are maybe like not at like I don't know, but I feel like Pocahontas works so well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I like I don't know. I'm not Native at all, but like from what I've researched about Native culture, they're all like taught from a young age about like a circle and like all the animals and the humans and like the fish and the birds and whatever are all like on this circle. So it was a weird approach for them to be like Kenai just kind of disregarding that kind of thing, like with his anger and stuff, and even just initially angry that the bear stole his fish. Like I feel like in a real Native culture, they would have been like, well, you left the fish out. Like, I don't know. It was so negative. It was just a really kind of negative movie until he like had his eyes opened towards the end. So I don't know. The whole movie was kind of exhausting to watch, I feel like, just because it doesn't have that like positive spin. There was no, I don't know. Coda, I guess, was a positive influence a bit, but you know that he secretly has something really sad about to happen. So it's like,
yeah, that looming. You're like, oh, kid, this ain't gonna turn out so well for you.
Your mom is not going to be at that salmon run, buddy.
No, absolutely not.
I think typically the main characters are a little more like resilient and level-headed. So that,
yeah, I don't know.
Now that we're talking about it, this is the part that's a little bit weird for me, is they almost vilify the main character because he's like hunting this bear. And like, yeah, the bear is supposed to be dangerous at this time, but you very quickly I did at least, felt bad for the bear to an extent, because I'm like, bro, you left the fish down. Like that's a you problem, not a bear problem.
Oh, yeah.
They're running away. So like you don't build that empathy with the main character like you do in most other Disney movies. And on top of that, they didn't let Sitka live long enough to build the empathy there. So it's like, I feel like if they let Sitka live a little longer, or maybe gave him a little bit stronger character right out of the gate, and then maybe the bear, I'm just shooting with I'm not a director, but maybe if the bear attacks him or something and then he defends himself, maybe, I don't know, maybe that would make you feel better for him, but then it wouldn't be the lesson he learned, so it would totally change the story. So I don't know.
Yeah. There's definitely a lack of empathy for the main character, which is a bummer. Because it's 100% his fault. You don't throw bears. You don't throw rocks at a bear. You don't throw bears either. No, both bad ideas. But like, you're just like, come on, man. In a real life situation, would you throw a rock at a bear? Like, what is wrong with you? It's a basket and it's fish. It's not that serious.
You're making his teenage temper tantrums extreme. So
yeah. melodramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe many, many moons ago when people lived with mammoths, that's how teenage temper tantrums happened. I don't know. I mean,
Throwing rocks at a bear.
throwing rocks at bears. And,
I mean, fish stolen equals cell phone stolen, so I get it.
Yeah.
fish
That's funny. Yeah. Anywho, all right. I think, have we covered scenery sufficiently?
think so.
All right, let's move on to the ratings.
Yes.
Da, 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 da. All right, here is our rating scale.
Oh,
Top of the list, Waltastic, and then we have Golden Mickey, Background Magic, One Hit Wonder, and Keep It in the Vault. Am I breaking up, or are we good?
No,
I feel like my
we're
internet's
seeing-
being weird.
No, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay. Just checking. All right. So in the comments, let us know where this ranks for you. Pumpkin Queens, you have to watch it first and then you can let us know. But Pauline, what was your thought or your rating?
For me, this is a one-hit wonder. I don't know. Like, if it was on, I might throw it on, but I wouldn't go out of my. There's so many other movies I would watch for background magic. So that's why it's kind of like a one-hit wonder for me. Like, I wouldn't ever go out of my way to probably watch it again unless someone really wanted me to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that. Luke, what was your rating?
Yeah, I'm going with one hit wonder. Like, I guess Keep It in the Vault would be if it was actively bad. I don't think it was an actively bad movie.
Right.
Or like it wasn't like, an offensive movie or anything like that. And I think it did have a good message behind it, a relevant good message. But it was just a little bit of a miss for me. But like I said, it's not bad. So I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't actively deter people from watching it. But
Right.
somebody was like, hey, you want to watch this? I'd be like, nah, if you really want to.
I watched it once.
To your point, like the good message, like there's other movies that have the same message that are way better.
Yeah, like they've done that message in different applications, but similar applications that, Zootopia is an example, potentially.
Right.
Yeah, I have to go with One Hit Wonder also. It's just, I had seen it once, I think, and then watching it a second time, I was like, I don't need to watch this again.
2-hit wonder for you.
Yeah, 2 was too many.
That's another category.
Yeah, 1-hit wonder / 2 is too many.
Yeah.
That's funny,
Sorry,
considering
Megan.
we basically told you the whole story, the whole movie. So at this point, I mean,
Right.
She's gonna watch it once and be good.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much that's all. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, so the fun part of the show is the Imagineering. And if you guys haven't been to DCA, I'm pretty sure DCA has some elements of Brother Bear. There's like a cave or something where you can go in and like touch a rock and it'll tell you what your totem animal is.
Yeah, I think that it used to be in that like bear flume area. They kind of like revamped it into a little bit of like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So as far as I know, that's the only thing that currently exists for Brother Bear. But Luke, did you have any fun ideas for integrating it more?
I now that we're kind of talking about it, maybe swapping out the country bears with the brother bears. I mean, I know country bear is kind of like a fan favorite to some people potentially. Not so much for me, but I feel like the country bears are like kind of random. I mean, I guess they're classics, so that's why people really like them. But it'd be an easy swap, and you can theme it a little differently, be a little less. Maybe they could really sing to that good message. Where country bears, like, what message are they sending?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Living in the country.
Just being like, yeehaw.
I read somewhere though that some of the bears at Salmon Run were drawn to sort of look like the country bears.
Okay, that makes sense.
I could see that. I feel like that Russian one Definitely looks like one of them. I got that. Like, I thought that when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, is this supposed to be one of the country bears? Because you crazy looking." But anyway, um, Pauline, did you have some thoughts?
Yes, I have
You're
a
always
couple
good at
things.
this.
So first, so some of my ideas are like, is this movie in Canada or Alaska? But obviously, like you said, it's like technically, if we're being technical, it's both, given the time frame. The first, I totally didn't know about the totem thing at DCA, but I thought that they could do some sort of like a totem thing. It made me think of, if you ever seen videos of Alani, when you go to the spa, they give you like a rock and it says like, a word, like you throw it in this pool. So I thought they could maybe do something with like little totem shapes, like you could buy them or like pick them out, like they're given to you by a cast member. I don't know. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
This movie feels Canada, the Canadian Pavilion in Epcot, which in my opinion is like needs some serious help. So I thought they maybe could add in maybe some like Northern Lights elements. I don't know geography wise how much of the Northern Lights are in what part of Canada, but I don't know. I feel like they probably have the technology to do that. And the Northern Lights also made me sort of think of like what they've done with like the Tree of Life and what they kind of had at Rivers of Light with like the animals on the water and on the tree. So I also thought, so they're redoing Spaceship Earth and it's going to be more storytelling, but it seemed like from the renderings that they're going to still keep some of the scenes. So one of the scenes, there's like woolly mammoth and like people spearing them. I don't know if they could maybe brother verify it a little bit.
Throw the moose on top of the mammoth.
All right.
Perfect.
And finally, they obviously cruise in Alaska. I think this is probably like the super most realistic and easiest thing they could do. I don't know, like with them building other cruise ships, I would assume that like there's going to be, if it's not already fully dedicated to Alaska, there is going to be a ship that is 100% dedicated to Alaska. And if that is the case, they should like design the ship like to be more Alaska, if you will. And I think a lot of the beautiful like scenery art from this movie should be art on the ship, because it's the landscape scenes are beautiful. So
yeah.
Sorry, that was a lot for a one-hit wonder.
No, it's awesome.
I love it.
I was definitely thinking Alaskan cruises too. I didn't think about the ship, like a specific ship, but kind of like how is it Tangled that takes over? No, the yeah, I guess it is Tangled, but like the brute people, what are they called?
Yeah, they have like a smuggly duck. They like take over the restaurant for the night.
Right, like they do that. I think it would be super fun on Alaskan cruises if they could do something like that and like have, I don't know, like the moose's people like heads popping out of like a window or something.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Like animatronic talking.
It makes me think of Bugaboo Creek. Have you ever been there before?
Oh yeah, years ago. Man, I forgot about that place.
I'm totally down with that.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like have some sort of dining thing that incorporates Brother Bear a little bit, because it's like the only Canada movie I can think of, like Alaska, Canada.
Also, like your diner, your like servers could give you your totem. Like that would be cool.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing. They need to have a lot more merch, because this is merch that I would buy. Like any Native American-y stuff that is also Disney, I would buy all of it. I actually made myself a little wolf totem because I think they came out with like playing cards or like some sort of card thing when the movie came out, because I had a card that like told you what all the different totems were that you could be based on your birthday or whatever, which is why I found that thing. I was trying to find the actual card, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find the totem that I made either, but I'm positive I still have it. In any case, crafty young Mary was making herself a little wolf totem because I just needed to have it after watching this movie. Because I'm obsessed with Native American culture. But in any case, I need to have more merch for sure. And I need there to be like an Earth Day celebration that is like on par with something like Food and Wine, but like just maybe a weekend or maybe a week or something in Animal Kingdom where they just like, I don't know, use all these movies that are like super naturey, like Pocahontas. I need to have parades with all the like naturey characters and stuff.
Mhm.
I need all of the nature things to be like on an Earth Day celebration of some kind.
That would be insane. If
Yeah.
we did like a food festival, Earth Day, like food thing in Animal Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
I like just want to like dine around the Tree of Life and like meet
Yeah, that
Pocahontas.
whole area. You could just fill it with like characters and food, and
Yeah.
it could even be like all vegan or at least vegetarian. I'd be so into that. A whole festival just for us. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Like,
Well, they also have a glamping thing in Pandora too, like a specialty, like reserved glamping in Pandora. So I feel like that could be a part of it. Yes, that needs to happen for sure.
Yes, that sounds awesome.
That is my dream. It would just be fun. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like you could talk to them like you do during when you go talk to Crush, and is that the Animator's Palette? I can't remember where they do that, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, or even like Mr. Potato Head kind of.
Yeah, I like it.
Good idea.
Okay, that's all I have for that.
We have too much for one hit wonder, so it's okay.
True. But we like the base of the movie. It's just the movie itself that kind of is a little lackluster.
Right.
Good bones, but you know.
Well, maybe they could redo it as like a live action for Disney Plus, and it would be much better.
Killing a real live bear. That sounds better. Have a real live baby bear be devastated by the death of his mother. Perfect.
Dumbo flashback.
Yeah. I don't think this one ever needs to be remade. Unless they do it totally differly, like
I just want them to do it better. Because I think it could be good. I don't know how to fix it. That's Disney's job.
Right.
We're just giving all these ideas from the Imagineering section. Just tune in, Disney, and you'll get some quality content.
Seriously, I know. We come up with amazing ideas every single week. You need to be watching. Oh, golly. Okay. Well, good talk. So let's see. Luke, would you like to share what you have going on next on your channel?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even remember at this point. So some Disney type stuff. I wasn't prepared. The huge. I want to start mixing in a little bit more vlog content. The couple I've done, I really enjoy doing, and I feel like they challenge me in a different way. So I definitely want to start working on some more vlog content. So you'll probably see some more. Maybe I'll hit you two up for some tips. But I think I want to start doing a little more vlog content. So yeah,
you might get addicted. It's kind of fun.
It's cool. I love watching vlog content. So I don't know, and like I said, it's just a different format. It's hard. It's like harder to film. I feel like the few I've done, it was like, man, this is kind of hard, but I kind of like it. So
right. It's harder and easier because you don't have to like set up a background. You can just be like, boom, camera. How's it going? Like, all that.
It's just like every time you do it, you just improve. You're like, oh, you gotta like go slower.
Mm-hmm. True story. Pauline, what do you have coming up on your channel?
So I think you have this coming up too on Thursday. And Walt Life, Salt Life, and the Pumpkin Queens also do as well. But we're doing a Friendsgiving where we made food and you get to see us cook and try some food from around the world. So
that sounds so fun.
What?
That sounds so fun.
Yes, it was like so in my weekly vlogs I cook a lot, but this was like setting up my kitchen like I felt like Rachel Ray or something. So that was fun.
You definitely tried harder than I did.
Then on Saturday, I think it's Saturday, I'm going to have finally our vlog from Christmas, setting everything up. So we have 4 trees in our house, so there's a lot of Christmas in this video.
Oh my
It's just a
goodness.
vlog, but it's a lot of Christmas.
Hashtag goals. I only have 1 tree right now. And like a smallish tree, but anyway.
There's more time in the season.
It's true. I know. Yeah, I have the same video coming out on Thursday. Super exciting. I actually made my recipe twice because I wanted to try it a little bit differently the second time to see if I could make it better. So
Nice.
yeah, I have a lot of editing to do because I just did that today. So that'll be fun. But I am super excited to see everybody's videos. Yeah, subscribe to everyone. And then, yeah, I just have some hauls I need to do. I've been so bad about uploading anything. Like work has been crazy and I just have not edited stuff. So I have like a backlog of stuff to edit, but yeah.
Yep.
Struggles. All right. So let's get this guy up here. It's time to choose our next movie. Oh, no. It's time to talk about the people who are coming up next. Yay, next week is our last fall week before Christmas. And we have Fran from Fantastic Pins coming. She's super sweet. And that will be over on Pauline's channel. And then after that, we have Kelly and Joe from Young at the Parks. That will be on my channel, starting our Christmas videos. I'm so pumped. Holy cow. So excited. And then the next week, we have Shelby from Bibbidi Booner. Very excited. Now we can pick our next. Well, Luke can pick our next movie.
So I'm having a debacle because I know what movie Fran would probably want to watch, and I know which one it is, and I'm like, should I choose that one, make it easy for her? Or should I choose something?
Would you like a mystery, like a true mystery, or do you want to know what you're thinking?
Yeah, let's see. I don't want to go that route. That's too easy. Let's see.
Yeah,
let's do.
For everybody has been that way, so you don't feel bad.
I have zero idea what number 3 is, so let's go with number 3 because I can't even pretend to know what that is.
I can't remember what that is.
I don't know either.
Ooh. Oh, I love James and the Giant Peach. I was
too.
When I saw that come up, I was like, man, I love that movie. I wish we got that one.
It's been years.
It's a good one.
I just watched it recently because it was on Disney Plus, and I needed something to watch while I was editing.
I did not realize that was a Disney movie until I saw it on Disney Plus. I always assumed it was some DreamWorks or I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Very DreamWorks.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome. Good pick.
Yeah.
That was on the list.
That is a good one. Yeah, that is a good one. Okay. See, it's still a good one. So I mean, I'm sure friends watch Coco tons of times.
You're right. I saw that the last time I watched it.
Oh, really? I'll have to look out for that.
Yeah, I'm not recalling. I've seen James the Giant Peach quite a few times, and I'm not recalling that scene. So
he's very, like he's out there, so you'll see him as soon as you see him. You'll be like, oh yeah, there he is.
Okay, I'll have to keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah, I won't spoil it for you. We'll have to roll that over to, that'd probably be a good January movie or something.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go. Learning all kinds of things. Yeah.
I mean, I was actually, when we were talking about DreamWorks, I was about to say it gives me a very Tim Burton aspect, but I just didn't say it.
Perfect. So, yeah.
Woo!
Good times.
Yeah, exciting.
People watching now and in the future, we do have a Facebook group. If you want to search Magic Movie Club on Facebook, you should find us. You can go join us, and we're going to start doing watch parties again at some point. But our coordinator is very busy right now. So once she's back, we'll get it going again. But it's a fun place to go and chat about the movie and your notebooks and everything. Yeah, so just a reminder, next week, Pauline's channel. be there. There we go. I'll
Or
do
B square.
that. Right.
Or be a peach.
I'm super excited. That was a great pick. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here and being in the chat and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, Luke, for coming and talking with us. This was super
Thanks
fun.
for having me. Yeah, the pleasure was all mine, please. Pleasure was all mine. Thanks for having me.
This was awesome. So we're going to do our sign-offs. I hope you have a practically perfect day. Pauline?
Peace, love, and Kwaherini.
And Luke.
We'll see you real soon.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.